All right, everybody, welcome back. We are ready for another deep dive, and I'm super pumped for this one. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
So today, we're looking at resilience redefined, how to keep going when things feel impossible.
Mm.
And I think this is going to be a really helpful one for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Um, everyone kind of wants to know how to bounce back from tough stuff,
For sure.
and it's something that I know a lot of our listeners ask about. So,
Absolutely. And this book is really cool. It kind of takes a fresh look at resilience and what it means.
so how so? I mean, because
Mm.
yeah, the word resilience can get a little overused, I think, sometimes. So what's different about this?
Totally. I think we tend to think of it as this trait that people have or they don't.
Right, like you're either tough or you're not.
Yeah, exactly. But this book is really all about how it's actually a skill. You
Okay.
can develop it, you can learn it, you can.
So it's not just one skill, it's a bunch of skills. Like what
Mhm.
kind of stuff are we talking about?
Exactly. It's like a whole toolkit, right?
Yeah.
Like, think about it. You wouldn't just, sit down at a piano and expect to play a concerto
Yeah.
without ever practicing, right? Resilience is kind of the same way. It's about practicing certain skills to get better at dealing with challenges.
So like what are some examples of the specific skills?
So we're talking things like emotional regulation, being able
Yeah.
to manage your emotions. When things get tough, problem solving, being able to actually think clearly and find solutions.
Right.
Self-awareness, understanding your own strengths and weaknesses, and even a little dash of optimism.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a
Yeah.
mental and emotional Swiss Army knife. Like it's got all these different tools for different situations.
I love that. Exactly. It's like you're ready for whatever life throws at you.
Okay, so the book is called Resilience Redefined, How to Keep Going When Things Feel Impossible. So how does it actually approach that idea of keeping going when it feels like you just can't?
That's a great question. So the book is really big on reframing challenges. Instead of just hitting a wall and thinking, that's it, I'm done,
Yeah.
it teaches you to ask, okay, what now? What can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? So it's not about pretending things aren't hard.
Okay.
It's about shifting your perspective and tapping into your inner resources to deal with them.
Okay, so that makes sense. But I'm curious, isn't there a danger of being like too positive? Yeah, sometimes things just suck
Yeah, totally.
and it's okay to feel bad about it, right?
Yeah. You bring up a really important point, and the book actually addresses that. It's not about toxic positivity or, slapping a happy face sticker on every bad situation.
Right.
It's about acknowledging your feelings, letting yourself feel them, but not letting those feelings control you or paralyze you.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that even in the midst of difficulty, there's potential for growth and learning.
So it's not just look on the bright side. It's about processing what's happening so you can actually move forward.
Exactly. And the really fascinating part is there's actual neuroscience behind this.
Really?
Yeah, our brains are incredibly adaptable. And every time we actively search for a takeaway, even from a setback, we're literally rewiring our brain
Ah.
to be more flexible and resilient.
Okay.
It's like building mental muscle.
So it's kind of like that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yeah.
But this is like a more
Exactly.
wib approach.
You're not just waiting for things to happen. You're intentionally strengthening yourself.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Mhm.
So beyond this idea of reframing challenges, what else does the book suggest?
So another big focus is on building a strong support system.
Yeah.
Having people you can lean on when things get tough makes a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure.
It also talks a lot about self-care, making sure you're taking care of your physical and emotional needs.
Nah.
Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Right?
It's so true.
You need to make sure you're filling yourself up too.
Okay, so much good stuff here. This is like way more than just gritting your teeth and powering through. It's like a whole mindset shift.
Absolutely. And the great part is you don't have to wait for a crisis to start building these skills. Every small step you take towards self-awareness or problem solving, or even just reaching out to a friend, is a step towards a more resilient you.
I love that. So for everyone listening, think about this. What's one tiny step you can take today to build your resilience toolkit? Maybe it's journaling. Maybe it's calling a friend. Maybe it's practicing a little mindfulness. Every little bit counts.
Exactly. And remember, it's a journey, not a destination. So be kind to yourself and keep practicing those skills.
Awesome. Thanks for diving in with us today.
It was my pleasure.
Until next time,
Mhm.
stay resilient, everyone.